Today I have a super fun game for you. Like I said, this is one of my favorites. The game is called Cornhole. The reason that this game is called Cornhole is because it's played with bean bags, and the bean bags that were originally made for this game were filled with corn. So for this game, if you don't have a cornhole set, I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can play it, even if you don't have a cornhole set. But what you will need is either some bean bags, and you need 8 bean bags, or you could use 8 stuffed animals, or you could use 8 rolled up pairs of socks. Doesn't matter too much, as long as there's a way to distinguish between your bean bags and your opponents. So if you're using socks, maybe use different color socks or mark them somehow, and the same with stuffed animals, okay? It has to be something that when it lands, it won't roll away, so you can't use a ball like a tennis ball or something like that. But bean bags, socks, stuffed animals, that kind of stuff will work. I'm gonna show you how to play on a regular cornhole set with 2 people. I'm gonna show you how to play a different way outside with 2 people, but you can also play cornhole with a cornhole set, or the other way I show you, outside with only 1 person, and you're just trying to score the amount of points. Usually it's 21. You're just trying to score that amount of points in as few rounds as possible. When I show you another way to play, where we play inside, I'll show you how to play with just 1 person, so you get the idea of how you might play even if you don't have an opponent. All right, we're gonna show you a few different ways that you can play cornhole at home. The first way is with an actual cornhole set. When you're playing with a cornhole set, you wanna put the boards close enough that everybody who's playing can throw easily and land the bean bags on the board on the other side, okay? We take turns throwing. You're trying to land the bean bag either on the cornhole board or in the hole, okay? And when you throw, you have to throw from behind the front of the board that you're standing next to. Okay, and then here's how you score it.
You get 3 points for every beanbag that lands inside the hole, and 1 point for every beanbag that lands on the board. I got 2 beanbags in the hole and 1 on the board, which gives me 7 points. Kate got 3 beanbags on the board, which gives her 3 points.
Then what you would do is you would gather all the beanbags up, you turn around and throw back the other way. And then you keep going back and forth until 1 person gets to 21. Whoever gets to 21 first wins the game. Now, if you don't have a cornhole set, you can still play this game. On the ground here, I've drawn a cornhole board. I drew a rectangle and I put a circle so that we have something to shoot for our 3 points in the middle, okay? So then we would do the same thing. I'm gonna give Kate her beanbags. We take turns throwing. I'll go first.
And you're doing the same thing. You're trying to land the beanbags either inside the rectangle or inside the hole, but they have to stay there. Like that.
And then the same way, you would add up your points, and then you would play until you get to 21. Okay? Now, if you can't get outside, you can still play this game. I came up with a way for you to play it in your house. So let's go inside and I'll show you how to do that. So like I said, we can play a very similar game inside if you don't get a chance to go outside. Here's how I set it up. I got a laundry basket, or you could use a box if you have a decent sized box. And what I did was, with chalk, I made a little circle, just like our cornhole board, on the laundry basket. You could use, if you're using a box, you could use a crayon or marker. If you're using a laundry basket, you could also use some tape to make a square, a smaller square or a circle on there for your 3-point area. And then I'm going to use some stuffed animals today, but you could also use bean bags if you have them. You could also use some rolled up socks if you have those. Anything that you have that's a little bit softer that you can toss and try to land on top of the board. And like I said in the intro, This is generally a 2-person or a 4-person game, but you can certainly play cornhole on your own by just trying to see how many times it takes for you to get to the score of 21. Okay, how many rounds does it take? So I'm going to use 4 stuffed animals, just like we had 4 bean bags outside. I made a little line here with my belt and I'm going to throw behind. I'm going to step with the opposite foot, throw underhand, and try to land. Ooh, it's a little bit tough. It's a smaller target. I'm going to try to land that beanbag, or that, no, it's not a beanbag, that stuffed animal on top of the laundry basket. And, I'm going to try to get it to land inside that circle. So I only got 1 on. I didn't get any inside the circle. So that's 1 point for me. And then I would pick it up again and go back. So that's 1 round. And I'm seeing how many rounds it takes for me to get to 21. Really want to try to get it on that circle, just like that, because that's 3 points. 2 on the circle. So I got 2 on the circle. So that's 6 points for me now, plus the 1 that I had from the last round gives me 7 points total. And I would keep going to see how many rounds it would take me to get to the score of 21. Now, if you don't have that much time and you want to go a little bit lower score, you can. You could do score to 7 or 11 or 15, whatever you want to choose. But it's good to pick a score and then try to get to that score in as few rounds as possible if you're playing by yourself. You could certainly play this way with 2 people, just like we did outside, and see who could be the first person to get to 21 or 15 or 11 or 7, whatever score you're playing to. All right, have fun with cornhole. We'll see you next time.